We are the anchors of Queer News Tonight, and this evening we discuss the queer headlines. Elon Musk's Grokipedia, an AI-run Wikipedia rival, spreads anti-LGBTQ plus misinformation, sparking outrage among queer advocates.
The Texas Supreme Court allows judges to decline same-sex weddings, citing religious beliefs. This has prompted discrimination concerns.
Pete Buttigieg tops 2028 Democratic field with 19% in new poll, ahead of Newsom, Ocasio-Cortez, and Harris. Strong favorability ratings.
E. Carroll says Trump's restless, rude courtroom conduct and unpleasant odor, ew, swayed the jury, contributing to his legal defeat.
Employees at a Virginia hospital fear punishment for rainbow items after mixed messages citing the Trump-era gender policies and unclear executive orders.
All this, important LGBTQ plus news and more this evening on Queer News Tonight. Welcome to Queer News Tonight. This is the world's first and only LGBTQ plus daily news television show, broadcasting live and available on demand on your favorite streaming channels.
Analytics company vidIQ has certified Queer News Tonight YouTube channel as the world's most popular LGBTQ plus streaming news show. Our queer stories have reached over 11 million views. We are proud that Queer News Tonight has more YouTube subscribers than any other LGBTQ plus brand in Florida.
We thank you for watching and supporting our voice in our rainbow family. There is no other news program in the LGBTQ world like Queer News Tonight.
That's right, Dino. It is Wednesday, October 29th. We are live and literally out of the closet and into the headlines. So many of your important stories we'll tell this evening on Queer News Tonight.
You're watching Queer News Tonight, the world's first daily LGBTQ evening news show.
Welcome to the world's most important LGBTQ plus evening news show.
Hotspots Magazine Happening Out Television Network is a nonprofit 501c3 media company in the same model as PBS and NPR, but designed for the LGBTQ plus community. Our nonprofit mission is to support the 11 pillars of our community. We want to inform and educate the key issues of lesbian, trans, Latino, Black, healthcare, seniors, students, faith, social justice, business, and queer culture. Help us support our diverse community.
We are part of one of the largest LGBTQ nonprofit media companies in America, Hotspots Magazine and Happening Out Television Network. In 2025, our magazine is celebrating 40 years of the LGBTQ experience, and Queer News Tonight is celebrating our 5th anniversary with more than 11,000 LGBTQ television stories. We present South Florida major LGBTQ events, including Pride Fort Lauderdale, Stonewall Pride, and Pride Fest. Our magazine, events, television news, talk, and entertainment shows support our mission to educate the LGBTQ and broader community.
In 2025, more than 100 community leaders will sit at this table and share their voice as our anchors. Together, we host this show to support the LGBTQ plus community. Let's meet this evening's anchors at Queer News Tonight. Let's welcome anchor Edward Otto Zielke, an accomplished brand influencer and marketing leader with a dynamic background in financial services and travel marketing. Edward currently serves as the Director of Marketing and Sponsorship for the world-famous Gay Men's Chorus of South Florida. He also serves on the Gala Chorus's Communications Committee. Edward, GMCSF is ensuring that holiday magic shines bright across South Florida this season. I'm so excited. Tell me everything that's happening, including what we will be doing this Saturday as well.
Oh, that's right. Thank you. On Tuesday, December 9th, the Gay Men's Chorus of South Florida will bring festive flair to the Hard Rock Live at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Hollywood with Holiday Sleigh Ride at 8 p.m. The evening will feature dazzling performances filled with humor, camp, and creative twists on classic tunes such as Pink Christmas, Hey Big Santa, and Underneath the Tree. VIP guests will enjoy a pre-show reception in Salon West, complete with cocktails, hors d'oeuvres, and raffle prizes. A few nights later, on Friday, December 12th, the chorus will perform Carols by Candlelight at Sunshine Cathedral, offering intimate candlelit renditions of Silent Night and The First Noel. Both concerts will celebrate joy, connection, and community spirit, while attendees will enter the luxury Peru raffle for a chance to win a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Machu Picchu, courtesy of Happening Out Travel Club. For more details about the events, visit gmcsf.org. To know more about the trip to Machu Picchu, visit happeningout.travel. This is just going to be so much fun. I just love the holiday season, and I love when we perform at Hard Rock. They've been our season sponsor, I think, now for the last 9 years now.
Wow.
It's really amazing. Our partnership with them has just been really, really wonderful, and we really could not do it without Eric Eldridge there and Susan Renison. They've been such wonderful advocates for our organization as well as the LGBTQ plus community.
Those two folks, if we can clone them, okay, we got to start now because they both are so amazing and everything that they're doing for our community is just top notch. Thank you so much to the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino for everything that you do for us. Let me tell you something. So last year around this time, people were celebrating they were starting to celebrate the holidays, right? Getting ready for the holiday season, right? And I didn't feel it. I mean, you know, the world is the world, right? We knew what was coming in January, etc., right? I didn't feel the spirit until I went to your holiday concert at Hard Rock. That was when I was like, I looked over to my friend Kevin Clevenger and I'm like, I feel it now. This is what I needed. I needed this to let me know that it was okay to feel the spirit, that it's okay with so much sadness going around. It's still nice to hear Silent Night and hear the chorus, you know, belt out these tunes, that it's not just for straight white people. You know what I mean? It's for all of us.
It's so great because, you know, we want to make that escape for people because, you know, there's going to be a lot going on, especially, you know, through the end of the year. And I think a lot of people are going to need a break, you know, from the news and from things that are going on in the world. So, you know, we're the best distraction for all of that. You know, enjoy the holidays, get yourself in the festive spirit, celebrating with your families. So, you know, they make it so wonderful at Hard Rock for us. You know, it's amazing that, you know, we do so much with them. And, you know, even our ball is coming up next on Saturday.
Yeah.
And they're so wonderful too. We've got now about over 420 people now coming to the ball at this point.
The Chic and Unique Ball.
That's right. If you go to chicanduniqueball.com, you can find out more information. But yes, definitely check that out.
How is your outfit coming along? Are you ready? Or is your boo somewhere rhinestoning something? Like,
well, I'll have to ask him when I get home.
I left you with one job.
Yeah.
One job. You're silly.
No, he doesn't know how to sew. Please.
No. Well, Queer News Tonight looks forward to seeing you at GMCSF's Holiday Magic across South Florida this December. Let's welcome mi hermanito de Venezuela. Yes, that's Dino Mosquera. You know him, you love him, and he joined the Miami Gay and Lesbian Film Festival in the late 90s when he was a very small little gay boy. Very small. And now serves on the Outshine Film Festival's board of directors. Welcome back, Dino. How you doing, baby? You married yet? Mitch! Sorry, excuse me.
Not yet, but come.
How are things?
It's good. Everything is good. Thanks for
Yeah?
asking.
You look slim and trim and your face is glowing. It's like...
I am very happy, and happy also that our festival just ended.
Oh.
So the Outshine Film Festival just ended this last Sunday. We had a great turnout in Fort Lauderdale and Miami. But this week, actually, we have Outshine at home.
Nice.
So you can still watch some of these films.
Yes.
A lot of the movies that you couldn't see at the Gateway or down in Miami at the Silver Spot, you have a chance to watch them this week on the platform. You can go to outshinefilm.com. There's at least 10 films that are, you know, playing this week. So you can...
There you go, right? Like if it's raining, grab your nearest blanket, grab your pet, and grab your boo, and wrap yourself all nice and tight and get ready for Outshine Films at home, all right? 2 for you folks to see, Jimpa. You got to see Jimpa, right? With John Lithgow, was an amazing movie, and My Heaven, Your Hell. Okay, those are 2 for you to see. All right, make sure that you log in and become a member, and then you get to watch all the movies you want as many times as you want all week long. So outshinefilm.com.
And of course, let's welcome tonight's lead anchor, FayWhat. She is legendary events host, television and radio personality, and the host of Hotspots Happening Out's The FayWhat Show. Faye, the second annual Chili Cook-Off will be held on November 9th. Tell us what's happening out.
So, folks, on Sunday, November 9th, at the world-famous Eagle, you guys know I love the Eagle. Eagle Wilton Manors is going to ignite a second annual chili cook-off led by Mr. Eagle 2024, Stephen Crespo. The party will begin when doors open at 6 p.m. with happy hour rolling until 9. Competitors will submit pots by 5:45 p.m. Then a judging panel will taste first, followed by community sampling. Winners will be crowned for the top 3 judges' picks, and a community choice prize as well. Guests will sip refreshing drinks, buy raffle tickets, and cheer friends as bowls will steam across the bar. A suggested $10 donation at the door or to enter as well. This will benefit the Leather Archives and Museum, preserving leather history. Anyone seeking details or to register, you can email funfurrycub, FUNFURRY, cub, CUB, at yahoo.com, or you can send me a message on Facebook or any kind of social media, and I will definitely connect you with the folks over there. I was a judge last year, right?
Yeah.
And I was telling you boys about how surprised that was, about how people were I wasn't surprised about how proud people were. I was just surprised at how many entries there were, right? They capped it off at the first 18. Yeah. 18 entries. So these are boys that were cooking all night long, right? Or calling their mom for their recipes, or trying to make, change up a recipe from their childhood. Right? I mean, we had one with Cheetos in it last year. We had a vegan one. We had somebody who made some kind of chili dessert. Sounds weird, but it was delicious. Okay? I mean, it's just, we're gay. We can have fun anywhere, And so I love that Stephen Crespo, as being an old Mr. Eagle, not old as in years, you know what I mean? A former Mr. Eagle. He's a huge advocate and still wants to do more for our community, right? And it's no secret that our history is being erased at every corner. So, the fact that I didn't even know that there were leather archives, but, Stephen wants to make sure that they still stay around. There's no better reason than that, than to go and support.
And it defies the community may have some kind of view of the leather community that is kind of like, secretive. And, this is a way to put it out there that, leather daddies are like the rest of us.
Oh my God, you're so right.
They cook and they like to share. They like to put on, a party and get the community together.
Yeah.
So this is a great opportunity for people to also, just see the leather community in a different light, because it's all about community. At the end of the day, it's all about community.
It's all about community. But thank you for bringing that up, because that's true. Like, I remember sitting at this very table 4 years ago, not knowing too much about the leather community, but wanting to know, right? I had questions. Come on. When you first heard about the leather community, you had questions, right? Like, you know what I mean? How do you keep that leather clean, right? Like, does it smell a certain way after you're done? I had so many questions, right? And I was able to talk to my friend Elimination Onyx, right? Who is part of the leather community. And I got to ask him whatever I wanted. And he said, girlfriend, just whatever you want to ask. Ask the weirdest shit you want, right? And that made it less scary. Like, for whatever reason, when we don't know about our community, we automatically start making judgments and things that we shouldn't. Right. I walked into my first leather party and I was so welcomed, boys. I did not feel like an other. I didn't feel like it was the first time I had walked in there, right? And mind you, I did too much, right? I had a leather harness, I had a leather hat, I had a leather dress, I had leather boots. I went a little far, but I really wanted to show them that I wanted to be part of their group, right? So what a wonderful way to just, check it out, right? There's a lot of intersections in our community, folks, right? When you think of leather, you're like, oh, that's nobody that I know. No, right? Leather and Latinos, leather and bears, leather and otters, leather and everything, leather twinks. They are all there, ripe and ready to eat chili with you. That's all I got to say.
I just can't imagine having 18 different recipes of chili and trying to decide which one is the best, because I certainly wouldn't be able to do that. So good luck if you're a judge again.
I want to taste that on their leather.
Yeah.
Chili on their leather.
Oh, that might be another contest.
Yes. I like that contest.
Wow. Queer News Tonight looks forward to seeing you at the second annual Chili Cook-Off on November 9th.
I'm FayWhat, and let's queer up the USA view. Elon Musk's Grokipedia launch sparks outrage for anti-trans and far-right content. Elon Musk has launched a new AI-driven site called Grokipedia, billed as a rival to Wikipedia, but queer advocates say it's spreading hate, not knowledge. Musk, once a Trump confidant, released version 0.1 of the site this week. Within hours, users flagged multiple pages filled with far-right and anti-LGBTQ plus disinformation, including false claims about trans people and HIV. Pages on transgender and transgender healthcare echoed debunked theories like the rapid onset gender dysphoria and denied gender diversity beyond strict biological definitions. The Stonewall Riots entry downplays LGBTQ plus resistance while emphasizing the mafia's control of gay bars. Another page, HIV/AIDS skepticism, falsely suggests HIV may not cause AIDS, a dangerous echo of denialist propaganda. Though Musk called Grokipedia a, quote, massive improvement over Wikipedia, many entries appear copied directly from Wikipedia, except where edits insert political bias or rewrite history. A Wikimedia Foundation spokesperson told The Verge, quote, Wikipedia's knowledge is, and always will be, human. Through open collaboration and consensus, people from all backgrounds build a neutral, living record of human understanding. Even Grokipedia needs Wikipedia to exist, end quote. For queer readers, Grokipedia looks less like innovation and more like revisionism. So Elon Musk, the man who thinks free speech means let me say something hateful no matter what, has launched Grokipedia, and honey, it's giving fake news 2.0, all right? Come on, within hours, they were already pushing all these lies about our community that is so not true and rewriting queer history all at once. They even downplayed Stonewall, like that is our Civil War. You don't mess with our Stonewall. I mean, Wikipedia has millions of people who have done their part by rewriting and adding factual stuff to their pages. Right? This is not the case with the Grokipedia.
There's a plot behind, you know, when you want to create confusion or disinformation, you start sending all this out so that you start distrusting all the media.
People, yeah.
I mean, he already did it with Twitter. I mean, he ruined Twitter, so he ruined Twitter. So now, well, Wikipedia. So let's try this.
You're getting like a lot of people, creating these like platforms for people to kind of like spew out all of this negativity and garbage. And it's really, it reminds me of like, when Trump decided to do like Truth Social and stuff so that his followers believe whatever he says. And this is exactly like another vehicle like that. They do need Wikipedia. You do need an impartial group of people to actually record history the way that it was the way that it happened. The way it happened, yes. Not the way it was perceived by the left or the right, just the facts about it. So it's really dangerous for something like this to come out, especially when we're dealing with things like AI, which are new to us too. Mm-hmm. And then you're going to have like false apps giving false information, especially about our community.
Right, but why are we surprised? This is coming from the guy that brought us Doge, This is coming from the guy that is just propping, extreme right parties, in Germany of all places, in all Europe, because he got the money and the power. He's paying for it though, and hopefully will continue paying for it. And Tesla is the testament of that. Yeah. How Tesla, he's destroying a legacy, any kind of legacy that he may have had. Yeah. Because, Tesla was a good vehicle. It was. It was a good vehicle. And he ruined it, like he ruined Twitter. So I'm not surprised that Elon Musk is coming with this. He's sinister. Mm-hmm. He has a very dark agenda. Behind it. This is not just for the fun of it because he's, Richie rich and he has money and time on his hands. No, there's a bigger picture. He has a bigger plan here and he's, making his money talk. That's what it is.
I don't know what I was expecting when him and Trump kind of fell out of sorts, right? I don't know if I was expecting him to just disappear, right? Because, and it's like, so that sinister, relationship between them freaks me out even more. Like, I kind of liked it when they were buddy more because you saw it in front of your face, you know? And now it's like, what's next?
I guess he stepped away for a little bit, and because there is so much shit going on with Trump every week. It's a different scandal. We kind of forgot about Elon Musk for a second and all this destruction he did of the federal government and all the people that are paying even today, you know, the few that survived the Doge cuts now are losing their jobs this weekend probably, you know. So all this continues to happen. He's just sitting behind, you know, just concocting his new sinister plan because that's what he does.
Yeah, rewriting history.
Rewriting history. Maybe they'll ask him to design the new ballroom.
Wouldn't that be something? I'm Edward Otto Zielke, and let's queer up the USA view. Texas Supreme Court lets judges refuse same-sex marriages on religious grounds. The Texas Supreme Court has ruled that state judges may now refuse to marry same-sex couples if doing so conflicts with their religious beliefs. A move advocates say greenlights discrimination against the LGBTQ+ Texans. The court amended the Texas Code of Judicial Conduct to state that, quote, it is not a violation of these canons for a judge to publicly refrain from performing a wedding ceremony based upon a sincerely held religious belief, end quote. The change follows years of litigation sparked by Jack County Judge Brian Umphris, who argued he should be free to perform only opposite-sex weddings. His case echoed that of McLennan County Justice of the Peace Diane Hensley, who refused to marry same-sex couples. But legal scholars warn the amendment may not withstand constitutional scrutiny. University of Illinois professor Jason Manzone said, quote, that is not exactly how equal protection works, while adding that change invites future challenges from queer couples denied the right to marry. Well, this is just another example of, you know, where politics and religion should just not intermix. But it does because, you know, we have people who believe that the world should be a certain way, I guess. And it's just really...
Let's see. I mean, when doctors who also have religious beliefs, and I'm deciding one day, well, in my religious belief, I don't treat straight people in my practice. So you may have to go somewhere else.
So are you allowed to do that? Didn't you take an oath though?
Right,
but it doesn't matter.
So is the lawyer that swear to, you know, uphold the Constitution and the law.
Yeah.
So let's see how that plays out. When you come to a doctor's office and you have a MAGA hat and I said, sorry, it's not in my religious belief. You're going to have to go somewhere else. Let's see how that...
And we'll be doing the news on Dino Mosquera, and I can't wait.
We can also play that game.
But that's what it invites. That's exactly what it invites. It's like, you know, then we could say we don't have to do anything on their turf.
Right.
So it just makes it all of a mess.
Anarchy. It's anarchy.
Yeah.
It's societal anarchy.
And they call it religious freedom, you know, and basically what they're saying is just no gays allowed, right? Everybody else is okay, but...
And it's just distracting from, you know, the real issues going on in the world, you know. So this is what we're focusing on, you know, just whether or not we can marry, you know, a gay couple or not. You know?
It starts with the printer that doesn't want to print, or you know, or the baker that doesn't want to bake the cake. And this is how it continues, you see? So let's play that game, and then people, you know, just do it to them and see what's going to happen.
Listen, you know, all the stories that come out of Texas is a place that I have no want to go to. And, you know, I went to Nashville once and it was cute. But aside from that, I really pay attention to all the stories coming out of Texas, because if it's not Abbott, it's DeSantis, right? And if Texas comes through with somebody what's the next state following suit? Is always Florida.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but Texas is the state that today just the Attorney General just sued Tylenol because, you know, even though they have no grounds, they believe that it causes autism with, you know, just because Trump said it.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
And they went ahead and just sued the makers of Tylenol. So I could believe anything about Texas.
Would they get that off of Grokipedia or something?
That's exactly right. I'm Dino Mosquera, and let's queer up politics. Out, Pete Buttigieg tops early 2028 Democratic poll in New Hampshire. Former Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg is off to a strong start in the race for the 2028 Democratic presidential nomination. A new Granite State poll from the University of New Hampshire Survey Center shows how Buttigieg leading the Democratic field with 19% support among likely primary voters. California Governor Gavin Newsom follows at 15%, with Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez close behind at 14%. Former Vice President Kamala Harris earned 11%, Senator Bernie Sanders 8%, and Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker 6%. 10% of voters remain undecided. Buttigieg also topped the favorability rankings with 81% of respondents viewing him positively, higher than Sanders at 72% and Ocasio-Cortez at 66%. His strongest backing came from voters identifying as liberal, as well as women and registered Democrats. On the Republican side, Senator J.D. Vance dominated with 51% support, followed by Governor Nikki Haley at 9%. The survey polled 1,547 residents between October 16 and 21st. I'm kind of surprised. I thought Gavin Newsom actually was leading the polls, but Pete Buttigieg, who's a great candidate, if you ask me. Again, we may be biased here, but he's a great candidate no matter what in any space. I think he's a great candidate, but the country is what it is right now with Donald Trump in the political space, and it's gonna be an uphill battle for Pete Buttigieg to get that nomination. And I'm surprised that Kamala Harris come way down, but because she probably thinks that she's the natural next candidate, but I think that it's going to be between, Buttigieg and Gavin Newsom, who's also a fantastic candidate and gorgeous on top of that.
And gorgeous. And an incredible ally. I mean, and what he has done and represented in San Francisco is just beyond and amazing, and what he's done for California. But Pete Buttigieg, I mean, like, you see him on Fox News, and I'm, like, blown away. It doesn't matter. Like, he's eating, all right?
Yeah,
he does not leave crumbs, right? He will answer anything that he needs to answer and leave the interviewer like in the dust.
He doesn't even have to raise the voice.
No, very just matter of fact kind of deal.
Any of these candidates that we talked about, Newsom, Alexandria Cortez, they are all qualified people. Yes. When we get to 2028, and if we do luckily take back the presidency, when in 2028.
When we take back.
Thank you. Because you know what? I mean, I'm hoping that maybe we'll get, a little, there's going to be a lot of work for this new president that does come in. Of course. Because, the next couple of years, I can't imagine what's going to be happening with our country.
And you have to pry that seat from Trump's hands, because he's not leaving. According to him, he's not leaving that White House anytime soon. All right. So thinking about that. But from now to then, like you said, it's a huge uphill battle. Anything can happen. I hope that when time gets closer, if somebody needs to bail out and help somebody else get ahead, I hope that occurs, right? Because the higher you go, the louder the haters become.
But the homophobia is so blatant right now. So Pete Buttigieg, who's a great guy by all measurements, he has to deal with this because people, even Kamala Harris said it in her book that, she loved him, but, picking him, she may have a point there, but things have to happen the first time. Always.
No, but say it. Like, America wasn't ready to vote for a black woman and a gay man.
Right.
And that was why, because we were all screaming for it during that time, of course, right? Mm-hmm. Because we knew what was waiting for us on the other side of that hill, right? Mm-hmm. But it wasn't Pete's time. It was not. And I think that it would have completely threatened his future running if Kamala would have tapped him on the shoulder.
And I think it proved prove it right.
And let's not remember, President Biden, quickly left, in the middle of it. And she had, 3 or 4 months to...
She had 3 months.
To put a campaign together. So maybe she wants to run again just to do it right, and not so quick, So, but like I said, any of these candidates, I would definitely vote for across the board.
And this is not going to be the last time you hear about this, right? We're going to be following polls like this all the way up the next couple of years. I'm FayWhat, and let's queer up the USA view. E. Jean Carroll says Trump lost because, quote, he didn't smell good. E. Jean Carroll, who won her 2023 lawsuit against Donald Trump for sexual abuse and defamation, says Trump's own behavior in court helped seal his defeat, including his odor. Speaking on the Daily Beast podcast, Carroll described the president as, quote, a fat elderly man who wears apricot makeup, his hair done up like Tippi Hedren in The Birds, and he moans and groans and complains and snorts, end quote. Carroll said Trump was visibly restless during the trial. The jury was mesmerized. Quote, he never sat still, and he talked the entire time within earshot of the jury. He belittled Alina Habba, his own attorney. He would spit as he was talking. He didn't smell so good, end quote. During closing arguments, Carroll said Trump, quote, stood up with steam coming off his back and hot air blowing out his ears, end quote, as her attorney, out lawyer Roberta Kaplan, asked the jury how much it would take to make him stop. Carroll said, quote, when a man is innocent, he doesn't storm out of a courtroom. He lost right at that second, end quote. Are we surprised of these actions? Like, Trump does not come across as a graceful, no, he doesn't. He does not come across as someone that can stand still, can sit still, that can look professional, that can look sexy without talking,
or
that
clean.
Doesn't sweat too much, that doesn't smell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how does that get, I could only imagine those jury folks watching this, president-elect, right? Going through this whole sweating debacle and just talking the whole time and just saying this man holds a space in our country and look how he's acting in a courtroom.
What a descriptive way to just describe exactly, his presence in the room. And for that to be our president and to be mocked like that, it's just outrageous.
This is a guy that lives in a courtroom because he's been sued so many times. I'm assuming all his money goes into paying lawyers. So this is his life since the 70s.
Yeah.
So where he's been facing lawsuits, but he still he can't admit, he can't even face that a woman is suing him.
No.
Because she refused his advantage.
He can't deal with women, period. And he can't deal with strong women, period.
Right.
Okay? Belittling his own attorney, trying to get him out of this, okay? And the gay out attorney as well. It's just, you see it. He really thinks women are beneath him. And I just, it was very clear.
You're absolutely right. You look at his whole history with women, with his marriages and his affairs and the way, all of the allegations, it's just disgusting that this is what.
And he was lucky that, all those other legal cases were thrown away when he won in November, but 2 women succeeded.
Yes.
Stormy Daniels and E. Jean Carroll.
Yeah.
So
that's it. But 2 out of those countless suits. But screw it, right? A win is a win.
And they were women.
Yeah. Yeah. Hello, Stormy Daniels. I love you, by the way.
I'm Edward Otto Zielke, and let's queer up the USA view. VA hospital workers warned they could be fired for wearing rainbow colors. Employees at the Department of Veterans Affairs, Hampton Medical Center in Virginia, said that they were told they could face firing or discipline for wearing rainbow-themed items, including official VA Pride lanyards. The workers, who spoke anonymously, said that warning came from local leadership and referenced an executive order, creating confusion and fear. One of the messages reviewed by the advocate quoted a physician saying, quote, anything rainbow-like lanyards can get us fired on the spot, end quote. Another reported that interim executive director Michael W. Harper backtracked after initially confirming restrictions. later saying that LGBTQ-related materials associated with clinical care were still allowed. The confusion appears tied to the Trump's administration rollback of protections for transgender, non-binary, and intersex veterans. In March, the VA rescinded Directive 1341, a policy ensuring non-discriminatory, respectful care, citing President Trump's Defending Women order, which defines gender as binary and based on sex at birth. VA headquarters has not clarified whether Hampton's directive was local or sanctioned. As one staffer put it, quote, "They stated per the executive order you cannot have lanyards, rainbow magnets, or shirts," end quote. The Advocate reports the VA press office has not responded to requests for comment. Well, it just, once again, all goes back to the transgender community. You know, that's really
defending women. And
and that too,
Of all titles.
Again, we were just telling a story about how President Trump has such an issue with a smart woman or anybody that can go head to head with him, right? All women are basically beneath him, and that's just it, right? And so then to go to this story where these folks at the VA are just trying to work. They're just trying to do their job, right? How does a lanyard hurt anybody, right? And then whoever has to, hey, you can't wear that lanyard, to be like, okay, no, this is defending women. That's the catalyst for this all. We're defending women. That's why you can't wear a rainbow lanyard.
With all the problems we have right now, with people losing their jobs, with the government closed, and this is what they focus their attention on, for forbidding people for wearing a freaking lanyard with the rainbow. How is that? This is how we are in this country today, folks. We are just paying attention and spending our time and effort debating what people wear to go to work.
On the dumb shit.
If you have a job.
If you have a job.
If you have a job.
Okay, because then if you have a job, you're on a Zoom call finding out that your premium has just doubled, right? I mean, and this is what we're going through right now, right? But you can't wear a lanyard. And again, we don't own the rainbow. Okay, gay people don't own the rainbow. I used to be a kid and just love to take each Crayola and just do a half moon, and then that would be right. That's a rainbow. We don't. It's not.
Well, we saw it here in Florida. I mean, like teachers can't even put rainbow stuff anywhere, even though it may not even reference.
If you thought it was going to be just the crosswalks. It's not. No. This is continuing. This is their agenda. They are going to continue until they erase our existence. This is what they want. And they will not get it, but they will try.
They will try.
LGBTQ 1 Minute News.
LGBTQ 1 Minute News. Let's queer up gay culture. Urge Thanksgiving weekend returns bigger than ever, November 28th through December 1st. The Urge Miami is here. Miami's most electrifying LGBTQ plus Thanksgiving weekend celebration is ready to light up the city. Dive into the beats, the bodies, and the boundless energy that define this 4-day extravaganza at M2 Miami, running Friday, November 28th through Monday, December 1st. It all kicks off Friday night with Raw XL, setting the tone with pulsating sounds and powerful performances. Saturday turns up the heat with Sweat, the first ever LGBTQ plus pool takeover at Strawberry Moon. When night falls, the Brazilian rhythms of Guapo take over, blending passion, music, and magic. And to close it all off, Urge returns, the event that started it all for one unforgettable finale. Presented by Urge Miami. This 21 and over event is more than a party. It's a celebration of pride, connection, and Miami heat. This is the weekend that you live for. This is the party weekend. I mean, come on. This is like you fill up on Thanksgiving and then you sweat it all out at Urge and you party your ass off for 3 straight days. No sleep, just coffee, Red Bull, and that's it. Okay.
You gotta burn that turkey.
Listen, you have to burn that turkey, and that we make a pernil too, right? So we got all kinds of food, So they always bring the most incredible DJs for Urge every single year. Dan Slater is one of my favorites in life. I mean, he's just so gorgeous, and he's so talented. But did I mention how gorgeous he is?
You did. Wow. you may talk about Miami losing their edge, compared to Fort Lauderdale and all that, but we still throw in this party. This is a massive party, folks. This is what, the white party crowd used to come for. Now it's white party, but not for profit. Not for profit. This is Urge. Urge is a great party, great DJs. WAPO is a fantastic party. I don't know if you ever been. Have you been to WAPO?
I have.
WAPO is a great party.
Yeah.
So, and it's Miami, people. Miami still drags this crowd. People want to come to Miami. It's great weather when everywhere else is getting cold. We bring the heat, and Miami has it. So I'm happy to see that even if it's for profit, that Miami is still hosting these parties.
Oh, yeah.
So it's bringing money to our local economy, and it's well needed because South Beach is suffering. So, it's definitely needed and welcome. So it's a great opportunity.
Oh, yeah. And they've been there for a nice amount they've been there a couple decades already at this point, So, I mean, that is, when I think of Urge, I think of Woman, and I also think of Miami, I think of Miami. So, Grindr, get ready, because it's going to be encendido.
It's going to be caliente.
Apparently, Miami is one of the top cruising spots.
Oh, is it?
Yes. So,
Oh, wow.
watch out for that weekend.
Go to Flamingo Park.
LGBTQ 1-minute news. Let's queer up gay culture. The world's best gay cruising spots and where South Florida ranked. In 2025, gay cruising remains a vibrant part of the LGBTQ plus life, blending connection, adventure, and community. The Global Gay Cruising Index by Arabella names London, Berlin, Paris, Madrid, and Barcelona as the world's top 5 cruising cities. London leads with 29 out of 40 points thanks to Hampstead Heath's legendary allure. The U.S. lags behind, but New York, San Francisco, Chicago, Miami, and Los Angeles still shine. Miami ranks among America's best. Its mix of bars and discreet public spots reflecting both legacy and resilience. These spaces endure as vital hubs for queer joy, solidarity, and belonging. Well, I was very happy to see at least, we're in the top 10.
Even though I don't agree with the placement at all.
I don't either. I mean, really, Vienna is ahead of Miami.
Cologne, every place is ahead of Miami. And San Francisco and New York. How is New York higher than San Francisco? I'm surprised at that.
And Amsterdam is after Miami? No.
Again, we are delivering the news, but we're saying that we personally don't agree with the stats. And we've been to a lot of these places, especially Mr. Dino that hangs out at every alleyway in Europe. So, no, you're not allowed anymore because he's married.
But, right. But no, I wonder if this is the Trump effect.
What do you mean? That
people are not coming to the States or they don't want to come to the States. Okay. So all the American cities are ranking lower if you think about it. And I could understand that. And I know a lot of my friends that live in Europe, they don't want to come to the US.
Yeah.
I mean, they can go to London, they can go so many other places in Europe and not deal with the hassle and the BS with going to Trump's country.
Or harassment at the airport, at the immigration line. Yeah. So I could see why people, even though they still want to come to New York and, Miami and LA, they don't want to go through that right now, and understandably so.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
No, I get that for people in Europe, but how about people here in the States? I'm surprised that Fort Lauderdale or Wilton Manors was nowhere on that list, all right?
Yeah.
When you're cruising behind Ramrod, it's popular, let's say that. Okay? And again, it's no secret that Miami used to be a lot gayer than it is now.
I wonder if Palm Springs is just.
Oh my God, I never even thought about that.
Palm Springs is not there. I wonder if it's just because they lump sum it with.
I think that's what I think they're looking at top population cities, and they're kind of doing it that way because it feels really weird to have Miami so far up there and then not even mention cities like Fort Lauderdale, Wilton Manors, no less, so where there's a lot of that. So, I just think that we need a recount.
But I do agree with Dino that there is, those numbers have to be affected by Trump. It just is, and I think that we'll see more of that in the coming years, for sure.
LGBTQ 1-minute news, let's queer up gay culture. Haunted homes cast a spell on buyers. Is a boo years market this gay Christmas? A new Rocket Mortgage survey finds nearly 2/3 of Americans, 65%, will consider buying a haunted house, with 39% saying yes outright. 1 in 3 even claim they already lived in one. Only 18% will sell if they discover ghosts. 41% will make friends with the ghosts. Among those spooked, 43% say the spirits were friendly, and 37% admit they will try a ghost eviction with sage or salt. With mortgage rates haunting wallets everywhere, queer and ally buyers are saying if the vibe is right, goals are welcome home. And I'm not surprised. I mean, look, the real estate market, especially here in South Florida, is rough.
Tough.
It's tough.
Yeah.
So, I mean, ghost my ass. I mean, if there is a ghost, I'll bring the El Brujo and I'll do whatever.
I see Dino making un cafecito for the ghost. Screw it. We're both living here. I don't got money to move. I'm sorry. You know what I mean?
They have to at least be friendly ghosts, you know what I mean? Or like, because I don't need anybody that was murdered in the house or something like that with that bad karma.
Okay, but Edward, again, the housing market is difficult, right? Our mortgage rates are through the roof. Nobody will insure us in Florida but one company, okay? You've got things locked, and all of a sudden someone goes, oh yeah, a whole family was massacred here at your house, Edward. Do you run? You sage the crap out of the house and you stay there.
Sure, you could do that, or you can wait until maybe the market starts to change a little bit.
But maybe you're getting a better deal because of this, because it's word of mouth, and maybe they lower the price. Will you just
I don't know. It just depends on the haunting.
It depends. Edward has questions. Yeah. You understand, how
I have
haunting?
to know more about why it's haunted and who's haunting it.
If they're friendly, okay. You know what I mean? But if they're not, come on, if they're scratching your feet every night, that's no way to live either. I'd be running out of the house so fast.
Right. If it's La Llorona, then probably not. I'm not, but if it's a hot man that died there, maybe.
Oh, wait, but does it have a pool? Okay, because if it has a pool, then it changes the whole thing. Then it doesn't matter how many people can come there.
You got an in-ground pool.
LGBTQ 1-minute news. Let's queer up entertainment. Heather Gay confronts Mormon past in new docuseries Surviving Mormonism. Bravo's Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star Heather Gay is diving deep into her past in a new 3-part docuseries, Surviving Mormonism, premiering November 11th. The series explores the dark history of the Mormon Church, including interviews with ex-members and survivors of abuse. In part 1, Gay, 51, meets David Matheson, once dubbed the godfather of conversion therapy, who is now an openly gay man. Episodes air on Bravo and stream on Peacock November 11th through 12th. Super interested in finding out more about David Matheson, right? I mean, what an interesting docuseries all around. I'm always interested in cult-like, religious-like entities, how they can indoctrinate you and take over your whole entire life by using the Bible, and then behind closed doors, you're being abused and you're being, succumb to horrible things.
And how you get out of those situations. I think that's so important, especially for the LGBTQ community.
Yep.
When you're put into a religious group that you're kind of forced into from childhood or something, it's hard to break free of those traditions. So it's good to hear those stories.
Yeah, because you know nothing else.
Right.
So you're thinking the outside world, they have indoctrinated you into believing that the outside world is coming to get you.
Right.
This reminds me of this documentary I saw with Dan Reynolds, the is that his name? Yeah, the lead singer of the
lead singer of something. Okay.
Yeah, hot guy, by the way, very hot guy. He's a Mormon, and his brother is gay, and he made a documentary about the Salt Lake City and the scene in Salt Lake City.
Imagine Dragons?
Imagine Dragons.
Okay.
Thank you. Imagine Dragons. There is a great documentary that he made because his brother is gay, and how the Mormon church has treated, the gay community and people that left the church, and how they're finding, healing in the Salt Lake community.
Wow.
And that's
the hub. I mean, right? Salt Lake City in Utah is, so imagine having to leave and you're in a state that is overrun with this religion.
Right. And this woman, good for her, her name is Gay.
Miss Gay.
Miss Gay.
Yes.
I mean, that, coming from, the Real Housewife, which, people take as phony and, but she's doing something good because it's important that we see this.
Yeah.
I had a boyfriend in the past who had to leave. I mean, he was kicked out of the university, Brigham Young University, because he came out. And they expel him. So he has trauma from it.
Of course he does. And the stories are horrific. The stories of young women having to marry very young, that knowing that they're gay and just thinking, this is my life, right? This is the end all and be all. Definitely watch this docuseries. We will definitely be watching it as well. And kudos to you, Mrs. Gay. I want to marry her so I could be fake gay.
She's actually, you should be fake gay. Yeah.
I need to marry her. I got to figure it out.
LGBTQ 1 Minute News. Let's queer up gay culture. Gay viral trend as celebrity hung smile is the new BDE. Gay Twitter and TikTok are grinning from ear to ear over the new hung smile trend, a queer-coded twist on BDE. The meme suggests that a man's smirk can reveal just how well endowed he is. TikToker Stephen Brenlin says, a certain specific group of men can do this smile, and it's because they're actually hung. Fans have crowned David Corenswet, Alexander Skarsgård, and Hugh Jackman as top-tier hung smile icons. And for the sapphics, Julia Roberts' radiant grin proves lesbians can get their own kind of hung smile energy too. Well, I did have to look up what BDE is, so don't feel bad if you don't know what BDE is. So it is big energy. So now that I know that,
So now have you been trying to fake the smile?
my first question is, why is John Hamm not on this list?
Oh, yeah, I think he belongs to me.
I think he does.
Oh,
needs to be.
definitely.
Yeah.
He's the biggest that everybody talk about.
Very big in Hollywood.
It's been in the news forever. I mean, there are sites dedicated to the size of his dick.
It's so big that he doesn't even have to talk about it. That's how big it is. I mean, come on.
I mean, the paparazzi is just out there to take pictures of his crotch. It's beautiful.
Okay, but do you think that you've got to have a big D to have that BDE smile? Do you think you can fake it? Like, after reading this story, did you both look in the mirror and try to do the smile?
I think you can.
I looked at that.
Can you fake that?
I mean, it's just like a curve up of like a. I mean, I don't even know. Like, I mean, seriously, like you could.
No, but I think it's more like a confident smile.
Yeah. Well,
I think it's more like a confident smile.
It is. Well, let me show you a BDE face. Pam!
Yes, mama.
That right there. Yes. You see that?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's BDE right there.
Totally BDE.
Yeah. So, folks, that's me and my wife dressed for Halloween. I was Gomez and she was Morticia, and I put some stuff down there because I wanted to feel the whole kind of feeling.
Wow, Teresa's giving BTE, big kitty energy.
BPE. You show confidence there. That's what I'm saying.
That's the confidence.
Yeah,
right? It's the confidence. Yeah. I was channeling you.
That's what it is.
You just got to go, yeah.
Yes, that's what it is. You have
What
to.
a lot of fun.
I think it comes down to that. And now that I think of John Hamm, that's how he smiles.
And he has that confidence.
Yes.
Like, he doesn't give an F if you laugh at his joke, if you like the show he's on, whatever.
Yeah.
That's the energy that he gives off,
Right.
right? And that right there automatically goes with having a big penis.
That's right.
There it is. As a nonprofit LGBTQ media organization, we would like to thank our viewers for supporting our mission to tell the stories of the queer community. We'd also like to thank the generous support of Jets Pizza. Jets is the LGBTQ community's most popular pizza in South Florida.
Take a look around these streets. Do you really think we woke up one day and said, yeah, the world needs more pizza? Nah, just a better one. Better, like the world's best pizza, Jets Detroit-style pizza. Hand-pressed and baked to the thickest, crispiest crunch. You're welcome. Now visit jetspizza.com and save. Click on hot deals for special offers in your area. Jets, better because it has to be.
These are today's headlines from Queer News Tonight, and our anchors represent the best of our LGBTQ family.
If our community is important to you, share this news with your friends and family. Don't forget to join the conversation on your favorite streaming platform. Queer News Tonight is the only live LGBTQ digital television show in the world that is out of the closet and into the headlines.
We need your support. If our community is to grow and then thrive, we must tell our stories and bring them to the attention of the broad world. This is the only place in the world that tells this type of LGBTQ stories in motion and sound. That is the passion of Hotspots Magazine, Happening Out Television Network, and Queer News Tonight.
I'm your anchor, FayWhat, and I thank you for joining us on behalf of my fellow LGBTQ plus anchors here at Queer News Tonight, Edward Otto Zielke and Dino Mosquera. We will see you daily at 8 p.m. to our LGBTQ plus world. We wish you a good night.